King of Northumberland.
Good evening. Welcome to the Toon Review. It is just me and Billy Bob Saunders here tonight. Alex is somewhere stranded across Europe. And, of course, Danielle has work commitments till tomorrow night. But believe me when I say that Danielle has a rant tomorrow for the TTR Friday show. So that should be quality. Do not miss that. Now, as you can see, I've got the fish tank background back again because StreamYard's having issues with green screens at the minute where it's not putting it in proper HD and things like that. I was a little bit blurry the other night and I didn't realize it, but tonight it's crystal clear viewing, which is unfortunately for you. You get to see my beautiful face in HD all night. But tonight, we do have a few names to go through because it's getting quite interesting now with some names that have previously been linked to the club and some new names as well. But again, we'll talk, we'll go through your comments as well and have discussions about what you've put in there as well. So the show should be great as usual. And we do appreciate you joining us tonight. If you do enjoy the show, as usual, please do hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel and the notification bell. And if you like to donate to the channel, just hit that super chat button, which is the $sign at the bottom of the live comments, which will take you through that way. And of course, you get your comment read out straight away, as Annie has. £5 from Annie straight away with the most ridiculous comment I've ever seen in my life. Bristol City are the best football team in the world. Annie, I can't agree with that, but thank you very much for your donation to the channel. Adam says Bristol Rovers are better. Spider says the suspense is killing me of who we are going to get next. Very quiet from Eddie or any outlet, and July is tomorrow. It is quiet-ish, Billy, but one name that is starting to pick up again is Paqueta. His name is certainly getting banded about the media as well. And it was funny watching, I don't know whether you saw, Bruno did a live Instagram. I think it was yesterday he did it. And somebody put a question in saying, put your hand on your head if Paqueta's coming to Newcastle. And he did that, which was very interesting.
There's things you can look into as well. Leon just signed Bayern Munich's French midfielder Tolisso.
They have,
So they have possibly someone to sell, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to guess which one it would be, given that he's the one that could go for the most money, Paqueta. And we know we have a project he wants, and obviously he's got his friend here. So yeah, I think it's quite a reasonable assumption that things are going on about Paqueta. All the people that kind of have knowledge about these kind of things are all saying it. So I think we can kind of safely say that he's definitely in the discussions at St James's Park. And what a player would be to have as well. Fantastic player.
What do you think somebody like Paqueta would bring to Newcastle, Billy? Because everybody's sort of putting him in the same sort of bracket as Bruno, but I think he's a different player to Bruno, isn't he? He's more forward. I mean, I saw a clip of him today. On I think it was YouTube I watched, and he's a very much a midfielder who gets into the box as quick as he can, and he's a very, very good finisher. So he's much more of an attacking midfielder.
He is. He's a number 10, if you like. Plays much more up the pitch. He's got fantastic talent, tricks. Got a lot of tricks and passing ability, and got an eye for a pass. A great finisher also. He's been a beneficiary of Bruno's passes also. When he's been playing for Lyon. So, yeah, I mean, the guy's just something we're crying out for is a top quality attacking midfielder, and this guy fits the bill perfectly.
And it wouldn't take him any sort of length of time to fit in, would it? Because I believe when he was over here, with Bruno, I think he met quite a few of the Newcastle players. So it wouldn't be new to him fitting into the club. It wouldn't be anything like that. It'd be quite straightforward, I think. And plus, Joe Linton's already there, of course, which he will have met Joe Linton anyway. But it's exciting because that's starting to pick up. Now, if you're asking me if he's going to sign for Newcastle United, I would say I ain't got a Scooby-Doo, to be honest. I mean, nobody has. It depends on what's going on with the clubs. But as Billy's just pointed out there, that signing that Lyon have made would say or suggest that maybe Paqueta is on his way out the door. Now, talks may have already taken place. We don't know that. We don't know what the hell's going on. But what we do know is it's very, very exciting. Now, is Paqueta going to be if he was to come to Newcastle, Billy, would he be that marquee signing that we've been talking about?
100%. He's a starter, guaranteed starter for Brazil. And Bruno isn't even that yet. So we can see the kind of quality this guy possesses. You've only got to look on YouTube and some of the things he does. It's phenomenal. He's a fantastic player. He's not old. He's 22, 23, something like that. Not old. A massive future with him, hopefully in the side with Bruno. The two of them together kind of connecting with each other. And that, of course, you've got your attackers in front of them as well. Callum Wilson's, or if it's on a striker as well. They're going to be recipients of this kind of attacking prowess as well, I think. So it's fantastic all the way around. It's going to be something special to look at.
And then if we bring Paqueta in, obviously the talk is then going to change to the midfield, isn't it, Billy? And say who is going to go out the door, because we're starting to get overrun with midfielders now. And you start to think, well, where does that leave John Joe Shelvey, for instance? I think Willock is probably going to play a big part this season. I still think he's a big part of the plans, even though I think a lot of the supporters have forgotten about Joe Willock for some strange reason. But I really do believe that somebody like John Joe Shelvey now might be thinking, if Paqueta came in, that's Joe Linton, Paqueta, Bruno, probably, as we've just said there, Willock ahead. Sean Longstaff's still at the club. He's just signed a new deal. So it's looking, as if John Joe might be the one that I think would probably be going out the door.
Unless we go with a rotation system, which is a possibility, I guess. I don't know. They'll have had talks, I'm sure, John Joe Shelvey and the likes of him that are kind of on the periphery of potential first-team selection at the moment, as we look at it now. I'm sure they'll have talks with the manager and that he'll know where he stands. And if he doesn't go, I guess it means he's going to get a chance at some stage in a rotation system. Same with Sean Longstaff. He's just signed a brand new contract. So can't imagine him kicking down the door to want to leave just yet.
Absolutely. Chippers, thank you for your £6.10 super chat, my friend. He says, what about Tielemans? Last year of his deal at Leicester, and we need a CDM. He hasn't been linked though, Chippers, so it's pointless really talking about him. I think his name will probably be bandied about a lot of clubs come January, because if it is his last year of his contract, do Leicester hang on to him, or if he's not going to sign a new contract, then Leicester will probably sell in January, because he's not going to be sticking around. Leicester won't want to let him go for nothing. Obviously, they'll not get the full amount for him in January, but they'll get something for him. I don't think they want to risk letting him go for nothing, because the money they can get from him, even in January, would still be quite substantial, probably to what they actually paid for him. Ricard Anderson, thank you for your 100 Swedish krona. He says, Paqueta is great, but if I had to choose between him or Eriksen plus a striker for the same price as Paqueta, I would pick Eriksen and a striker, but would love Paqueta also, of course. Now, Eriksen is another one, Billy, that is strongly being linked. He hasn't been seen in Newcastle. He hasn't. There's nothing to say that he's had talks or medicals or nothing like that, of course. But a lot of people are now pointing to say that, he's turned Man United down. He hasn't signed for Brentford. Tottenham aren't interested anymore. And I don't think Eriksen was interested in going back there in the first place. Is Newcastle a possible destination for Christian Eriksen?
It most certainly is. It's as we've all discussed millions of times, the project at Newcastle, and it's the reason why Sven Botman signed. I think that would really appeal to Christian Eriksen, especially with where he's been the past 18 months.
Yeah.
The plane spotters have been out today. Eriksen.
Plane spotters are bloody out every day. But
planes coming from airport near Middelfart and stuff like that.
Middelfart. Yeah, there was a plane came from an airport near Middelfart to Newcastle today. But we still don't know who it was. If it was anybody in particular, I don't know. There's probably planes flying from Middelfart all day, as they do from your arse tender, Billy. Look, is Botman signing turning anybody's heads like Christian Eriksen to say, wow, Sven Botman's gone there, Bruno's there now, Matty Targett signed, Nick Pope signed. Are these players now looking at Newcastle and thinking different to what they did maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago now?
100%, absolutely. Yeah, you've got to. I think they would have looked at it different from the January transfer window and the distance we travelled, and league position wise after the January window. You can't fail to be impressed by it. And we're adding to that already. So any player of that kind of ilk, of the Eriksen, I guess, is in the same kind of ilk as Eriksen. would be mad not to want to consider coming to Newcastle United. It's a massive project, and I equate it to what Man City had when they first started into their journey of what they've become. Players did go there, Fabinho's, people like that. But good quality international players like Gareth Barry's and people like that, they all went to Toon, didn't they?
And I think what the owners have above Man City is the fanatical support. Now, listen, I know Manchester City had fanatical support when they went down, and you know, they still filled Main Road, etc. before they moved the Etihad. But what we have is completely different. And I think that was proved with when they tried to do the flags that the Etihad last season, and it just crashed and burned. It was nothing like St James's Park. So I do believe they've got that on the side. Danielle, thank you for your £5 super chat. Very kind of you to donate to your own channel. She says, part compensation for you both for putting up with my temper in the group chat. Off to calm my pash, and I'll see you both tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be electric tomorrow in little 5-minute rant. Stotty55, thank you for your £4.49 super chat. Paul, I've just noticed there's over 500 viewers. Can't find the like button. Yeah, listen, anybody that's watching, just give that like button a hit, will you? Let's have a boost on it and see if we can get the likes up tonight. But I ain't gonna do it, John Sinclair, and say I want, because you know, I'm not like that. Evening, John. And also Geordie Metal, thank you to another £20 super chat. Thank you for your continued support of the channel, mate. It does mean a lot. 1st of July tomorrow. Just got a feeling there will be a big signing announced. We did talk about this, Billy, a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? When we said that, you know, the 1st of July was a very interesting time of the year, because is that the time? Because a lot of football clubs' financial years start on the 1st of July, which is why the Botman deal was put as a what was it again? An undisclosed fee until, you know, because they didn't want to sort of release it until their financial year started, so it doesn't have to be on this year's books. And the free agency, of course, and the shows that me and Alex did on the free agents, there is a lot of free agents out there, Billy, that may well just end up signing for Newcastle United.
Yeah, as of the free agents as of tomorrow, because contracts are signed till the end of June for some reason. I don't know why that is when the season finishes at the end of May, but I'm guessing that's something to do with maybe European championships and that kind of nature of tournaments or whatever. It could be a big day tomorrow. Like you say, the free agent market opens properly, and also clubs are able to open the tax year with the finances and what have you. So they'll be more able to do business as from tomorrow. So yeah, looking forward to it. There could be something big tomorrow.
I think everybody should be getting excited about that, because I do think that we'll be in for a couple of free transfers. I don't know who. I haven't heard any names, but, you know, some of the names that me and Alex went through a few weeks ago when we did the free agent transfer shows, there is some big names on there. Gary says, I've always wanted Paqueta, but I don't see that he's a priority for us, unfortunately. Diaby is needed more. On Ekateke, if he comes, he comes. If not, I won't lose any sleep over it. Yeah, there's bandering about saying that deal's back up and running, but I don't see it, to be honest. There's no reliable sources actually reporting that. It tends to be a few people who are just, well, I won't go into that. DGL says, yeah, it was brilliant. Obviously been on holiday. Surprising how many opposition fans were supportive of the Toon's new potential. Yeah, it's interesting when you sort of go abroad, grasping the fans and how much they think of Newcastle's takeover and what they think they're going to do next season, because I think there's a lot of opposition fans who are actually, you know, looking forward to seeing what Newcastle can do. But we've seen so much saltiness as well. Lewis says, good evening, everyone. Very happy that I was able to get my membership onwards and upwards. Well done, mate, for getting the membership. I queued, as Billy knows and Danielle knows, we were screenshotting the waiting list this morning. I think I had 16,500 in front of me when I logged on, but I managed to get both, well, my youngest two kids, Olivia's 20 and living her own life now. She's not bothered about membership, but I managed to get Junior Magpie memberships for Phoebe and Ben, which they're very happy with. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they get off that. And, of course, being part of the club, which is what it's all about. Danielle says, good evening all, popping on to say hi to you all. Gaffer and Billy, see you tomorrow. Hope I'm in a better mood. Well, actually, I hope you're not, Danielle, because that'll make your rant a lot better. I think we're going to have to come up with a more powerful roar, Billy, for our little jingle, aren't we?
Definitely.
Glenn says, I know Ekiteke seems to have pissed us about, but I think he's been misrepresented by his agent and he's a future talent. I think we should take him if he crawls back. Where do you stand on Ekiteke?
See, he's the man in control of the agent, and I think he got his head turned and he got his agent to kind of piss us about a bit. I do, honestly. I know he's only young, but at the end of the day, he's the one paying his agent to represent him. And therefore, the agent should know what Ekiteke wants. And I think, honestly, we're blaming the wrong person here. Oh, he's acting an arsehole, but I think it's on Ekiteke's instruction. He heard PSG's interested in him. His head was turned. You know, I think people could kind of blame the wrong person. We all know agents are arseholes.
Yeah. I think what happened was, I don't think that picture, Billy, that popped up with him and his agent, you know, I helped him a lot. But you're right. I mean, what is he? He's 20-year-old, you know, and you know, Newcastle will not be as well known to Ekiteke as PSG, because the lad is French. He's played in the French league. He knows how big PSG are. But I think also, you know, he needs to realize how big this club can be that we support over here in jolly old Blighty, you know, because this could be a giant, and hopefully it's going to be a giant. And I think, you know, maybe the signings that we're starting to bring in now will actually prove that. Listen, I'm with, you know, the comment there about if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, it's no skin off our noses, because he's never been here. So, you know, we can't exactly, you know, twist on it. You know, it is what it is.
It is, yeah. And I think the signing of Botman might have twisted his head back our way a little bit more, aligned to the fact that it's obvious, apparent to him now that PSG aren't interested in him. So he's got really nowhere to go unless he kind of backs down on his demands. Yeah, I think definitely the signing of Botman will definitely have helped. If Ekiteke is to come through the door, I think that big name signing of Sven Botman, who he obviously played against before, knows how good he is, will definitely have helped without any shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. Good evening to our new mod, Rachel Lilly. Good evening. Hope you're well. Rachel has joined the Toon Review family as a mod. We have got one more to ask, but I can't release that yet because I haven't asked that particular person yet. So everybody's saying hello to everybody in the chat. Mrs. Toon Review, good evening. Billy says, good evening, fellow Geordie boys and girls. Good evening to King Hoddle, who is a Spurs fan. Welcome to the channel, mate. Bob says, good guys, looking forward to another great show. Our Eats, says Ian. Jim's in the house. Norvik's here. Botman signed an Ekiteke deal dead. Now I have nothing to keep refreshing Twitter for. Nathan, let me give you some advice from the Toon Review YouTube channel, right? And Billy will back me up on this. When you're a Newcastle United fan, Nathan, right, you never stop refreshing Twitter. And I'll tell you why you never stop refreshing Twitter. Because you never know what story is going to pop up next for Newcastle United. It could be bloody anything. It could be that it could be that there's a camel sitting in centre circle of St. James's Park for some, Saudi deal that's been struck. It could be that Amanda Staveley's waving a black and white bra during a rooftop tour of St. James's Park. It could be as crazy as that. So never stop refreshing Twitter, Nathan, because it's a non-stop roller coaster ride with Newcastle United. Billy?
100%, yeah. I mean, I'm at work, and every time I put a new job in, which is kind of 5 minutes apart, back on the phone, Twitter refresh. So it's kind of 12 times an hour for me while I'm at work.
You just don't stop. It doesn't matter how old you are, how long you've supported the club, you just don't stop now, because Newcastle United, especially now, is a world-renowned football club, or is going to be, certainly, across everywhere. And you can see it on this channel. We've got, nearly 900 watching now, and it's worldwide. I mean, there's Seattle Geordie. Good afternoon. Good evening from, it's in the name. Looking forward to another great show. By the way, that new green mug might just send me over the edge. Yes, we do have the third kit green mugs now on the website, guys, to buy. They are available to order now. Brian, good evening to the Toon Review family. Hope you're all well. I do need to make a quick mention as well, Billy. Unfortunately, we lost one of our Toon Review members, family members, last week. Nicholas Dean, who his daughter was on the show a couple of nights ago, unfortunately passed away. And very upsetting news, because Nicholas, he didn't come on the fan forums or anything, but he was a constant, guy in the chat who had been poorly for quite some time. And his daughter sent me a lovely message on Instagram the other day, just explaining that he was thanking the Toon Review for helping him through the most difficult time that he ever had to go through. She showed me a lovely mural that he painted on his daughter's wall, a Newcastle United one, which was absolutely fantastic. So, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Dean family, and we've lost a member. So very sad news. But his daughter's promised to carry on his legacy by watching and taking part in the channel. So that's great news. And I'm sure he'll be looking up there dead proud. So very, very sad news about Nicholas, but he's out his pain now, and I think that's something that needs to be said as well. Mrs. Toon Review, welcoming Rachel to the family. Pissing down, says Glenn. Yeah, it's thundering here, Glenn. Actually, storm might be affecting my internet.
Yeah, keep calling.
No, I'm not. You keep jolting.
Is it me as well?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe it's me then.
It could be. Listen, there's thunderstorms going on all over the place, so it could be, it could be that. But nobody seemed to have complained about it in the comments. So sometimes when we see us live, Billy, what happens is it's not exactly what people see on YouTube either. If we're glitchy, it doesn't show up on YouTube. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Jim says greetings from the Music City, Magpies Toon Army, Nashville. Good evening, Jim. Evening, Stu. Hope you're well, buddy. 4 minutes late. I wasn't 4 minutes late, was I? No,
I think so.
A couple of minutes, maybe. John's backdoor's happy the fish are back. Well, I'm pleased to make your night. Good evening, Michael. Hope you're well. Jamie Gill, the Hammers fan. Evening, Paul and Billy. Looking forward to the show. Thank you very much. Yeah, Julie's got quizzing later. I'd still go for someone like Tielemans at Leicester last year of his deal. Chippers, you've said that twice now. I heard Diaby and Sarr from Watford in the news. Ronnie, thanks for your £5 super sticker, my man. Very, very kind of you. Sarr doesn't interest me, Billy. I don't know what it is. I know he's a decent player, but I don't think he's better than what we have. And what we're trying to do, or what we're, hopefully going to be doing, is signing players that are equal or better than what we already have in the squad, surely.
Yeah, I think if we were signed Sarr, it'd be a gamble. We all know on his day he's unplayable, but his day only comes once every 3 months. So is it worth paying out the money that Watford would want for him? I don't think so. And like you say, we've got players more consistent than him. Maybe not at the same ability as him, or not at the best, but 7 out of 10s every week's better than 3 out of 10s and a 10 out of 10 every 3 months, isn't it? So. Yeah, it's a strange one, so I think it'd be a last resort signing.
Yeah.
If we haven't got anyone in by the end of the window, maybe he'll be the one.
Yeah. Paul says, let's see if your shirt arrives without the sponsor on, as some are receiving. Apparently, one guy had his kid strip arrive, but it was a Rangers one. Yeah, listen, I know 3 people who've ordered Newcastle shirts and received Rangers ones. It's just bang out of order. And I know, look, people were, I put a tweet out last night complaining about the fact that the lack of sponsor on the front. Right. I get that a lot of people don't like having the betting company on the front, don't like having the sponsor. That is fair enough. But what I was trying to make a point of was it's not the full replica kit, is it? You're paying £65 for a shirt and not getting it. Or some are paying that money and getting a bloody Rangers shirt. It's not right. Now, if you are going to get a shirt without the sponsor on, then sell that shirt a little bit cheaper. Sell that for about 50 quid. Don't sell it for 65 if you're going to send it out without the sponsor on. It blows my mind as to how bad Castori are. I mean, this isn't teething problems either. This company's been around for a while. And, they've got some big names backing them up. Yet, they send Newcastle fans Rangers tops. It's just not right.
There's going to come a point where maybe even someone like Wolf Flags will be putting flags up with Castori out on it. That's what it's going to come to. Because their service has been absolutely pathetic.
I think the new owners need to take a good hard look at them and say, look, it's just not working. you know, no matter what happens now for the rest of the season, at the end of the season, go.
The fact of the matter is, we're a world-class organisation now, aiming for stars, and yet we're stood sat with a Mike Ashley signed deal with a crap kit company, and it's dragging us down.
Yeah. Norvik says, with the news breaking that Neymar is not wanted in Paris, could our owners be tempted to put in a cheeky bid? Look, I think you need to forget about Neymar, because there's no way we are going to pay Neymar's wages at this football club. It's just not going to happen. You know, yes, it would be lovely. I'm not saying Neymar to bring somebody like Neymar to the club already would be fantastic. No matter what you think of him, it's the name as well. But you know, he's demanding. I mean, his wage demands, I think, from last I heard or last report, it was 500-600 grand a week. We're not going to pay him that. No, I mean, is he really worth that? Probably not now. Kevin says, I notice you have a Bayer Leverkusen shirt on. Are you hinting on a player that could join, or German relations? Listen, Leverkusen, I follow Leverkusen in Germany. I've followed them ever since the days that you know, Michael Ballack, etc., played for them, and they were quite successful. So they are the German team that I follow. However, they haven't had a lot of glory of late, but they do have a certain person called Diaby in that team who I wouldn't be upset if he left Leverkusen for a certain Newcastle United. And I still don't believe that's dead in the water either, Billy, because there was reports earlier on in the week saying it was dead. But Diaby would probably be somebody that would really interest Eddie Howe, because he fills that right-hand side and he gets rid of our problem on the right-hand side.
Absolutely, and he's been hinted at. Whispers are that he actually does want to come. There was rumours that he didn't want to come, wasn't interested at the beginning of the week, but whispers are that he does want to come. I think he might have done an interview with somebody regarding that. So, yeah, Diaby would be a massive signing for us. I mean, the rumours are that he wanted to go back to PSG, but they're not interested. I think he was at PSG originally, wasn't he?
Yes.
So, I mean, why would they want to take him back? But he has improved, obviously, since he went to Leverkusen. French international, he's a regular in their side. What a fantastic player he'd be for us.
He's got pace. He's got a good cross. He's got a finish on him. Look, he's everything that we basically need. Thank you, Dave, for your £5 super chat. He says, R.I.P. Nicholas Dean, no relation to Mike Dean. Remember him commenting on some of the shows, thoughts to his daughter and family. Indeed, you know, his daughter was saying, you know, in the message that hopefully I remembered him. Look, I said straight away that very comment, because it caught my eye straight away, because we were bitching on about Mike Dean, and Nicholas was in the chat that time, and he said, I'm no relation, by the way. Very sad indeed. How much weight do the McTominay rumours have? None. I'll say that now. None. Zilch. Zero. Not happening. What's McTominay going to bring to this team, Billy? Nothing.
Well, I guarantee once he signed first, he'll start getting the yellow and red cards he should have been getting the past 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because every time I watch him live, he elbows someone or fouls. It's very much like the new Fellaini. He seems to get away with bloody murder from Manchester United.
He's awful, isn't he? Well, he's not awful. I mean, he's a decent footballer. But look, again, like I said earlier on, is he better than what we've got? Or as good as what we've got? No. We're starting to build a very, very good midfield here. And by the way, can I just point out, Football Manager, I'm something like 17 games into the season. You know where I am, Billy?
I'm going to say 8th.
I'm 3rd in the Premier League. I have been watching videos, studying them, doing proper tactics, working with the players, and you know what? It works. Listen, I've got rid of nearly the whole 11. I think there's only St. Maximin, Bruno still, and Trippier. They're the only 3 that are left. But what a side I've got. I've got Darwin Núñez on one, Billy. Darwin Núñez on one side, right? Barbosa on the right side. In the middle, Nazi or whatever he's called, he's bloody brilliant. And then I got Cole Palmer from Manchester City, attacking midfielder. I'll tell you what, just give me a job now. I'll just right out there. Mark says July the 1st, start of the new year for FFP. I don't know how that works with FFP, Mark. It may well be, but I know that a lot of football clubs start their financial years from July, because that's when the contracts run out on the 30th. Well, today of a lot of players who are leaving. So it makes sense to do that. Karim says, I don't think Eddie Howe will play number 10 or an attacking ATM. I think he will play 3-4-3. No, Karim, he's never... Eddie Howe is a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3 man. He's done that all the time. He very rarely goes to sort of 5 at the back. Obviously, he did against Chelsea, but he did a couple of times with Bournemouth. But I think the players he's got now suit the system for 4-3-3 or something more attacking. I don't think he'll go 3-4-3. I think that's probably, Billy, a little bit suicidal, really.
Well, given the fact he's just signed a left back and for 6 months ago he signed a right back, yeah, absolutely not. No way playing 3 at the back.
Yeah. Ronnie says Paqueta will be definitely coming to the Toon. Darren says, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we focus on priorities now and have everything wrapped up before then focus on a big marquee signing to make the Premier League take seriously and notice before the window closes. Possibly. She says, have you guys also heard that Joe Linton was calling out to Neymar to join Newcastle and the number 10 jersey is waiting for him on a Brazilian podcast? I'm not aware of that, Chi. I know that there's been quite a few photos banded around, certainly today, with Neymar, Bruno and Paqueta sitting on an aeroplane together. So, you know, listen, there's definitely a Brazilian clique there. And if we get that Brazilian clique at Newcastle, then all the better for the football club as far as I'm concerned. Mark Swift, thank you for your £5 super chat, my man. There's no comment there, but thank you for your donation to the channel, mate. Very, very kind. Colin says, Willock, Longstaff, Murphy, Miggy will stay. And I think maybe Shelby to go. It's going to be a hard choice, but the thing is, Billy, we're building a squad here, aren't we? And we have said all along that we want to get that squad where we make substitutions halfway through the game or midway, 3/4 through the game, that we're replacing quality with quality, not like it has been for the past 15 years.
Especially with the 5 subs rule coming next year, which under the previous regimes would have bought 2 goalkeepers on, wouldn't we? Let's be honest. It's shocking. So yeah, I think we need. I'm actually amazed. Actually, this is something I'm a little bit perturbed by. We're allowed to play with 16 players, 11 on 5 subs.
Yeah.
Then why then have they not increased the squad sizes? We're still a 25-man squad. Surely that should be a 30-man squad now.
Yes, I agree. I think you should look. I think at the end of the day, they need to be careful because they're going to have that many bloody choices for substitutes on the bench. They're going to have to take some of the bloody stadium up shortly. You know, they're going to have to put a limit to it somewhere, aren't they? But I agree. I think maybe up to 30 because of the 5 substitution rule would have been a decent idea, and it would keep a lot of players involved as well, wouldn't it? George, thank you for your £10 super chat, my man. He says, I'm old enough to remember when a high earners player's wages would be covered by the increase in attendance at St James's. Since St James's is now sold out, where would Neymar's wages come from? Well, to answer that in 2 words, George, Saudi Arabia. But they still won't pay that kind of money. I'm pretty certain of that. Paqueta starts with Bruno and Joe Linton. What a midfield that would be, Billy. I mean, Jesus Christ. But another player linked today, and of course has played for Eddie Howe in the past, Billy, is Dan Duma. Very strongly linked with Newcastle United and, of course, West Ham. Now, listen, we've got a lot of West Ham fans, subscribe to this channel, and I certainly, I do have a soft spot for West Ham now because we do get a lot of West Ham fans being very nice on here. So, you know, if it's between us and West Ham, where do you go? Because the pull for West Ham is, of course, London, but the pull of Newcastle is, of course, what's going to be happening at the club in the next couple of years. So where does your head get turned?
I think that might be out of the equation because I think actually what I've read is West Ham have pulled out. They're not interested now.
Right.
So it's basically on us. And I guess it's down if VRL will accept our bid. If we have made a bid, even if we're interested or not, we don't know, do we? It's all paper.
Well, of course, Dan Duma's played for Eddie at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
But I have to say, Billy, when he was at Bournemouth, I didn't really rate him. So has he come on leaps and bounds under Emery at Villarreal?
He played a season in the Championship, didn't he? And absolutely tore it up after they got relegated. And then they went to Villarreal and he's tore it up there as well. He's a regular Dutch international. So I imagine the improvement has come, Whether Eddie Howe saw that or maybe Tisdale might saw it in his little stint at manager. Who knows? But yeah, the way he's been playing the past year and a half, 2 years, I'm sure they'll be interested in him. But of course, he's a left-sided midfielder. So again, that opens the door to these ASM rumours, doesn't it?
Well, listen, the ASM rumours are never going to go away, basically, Billy, till the season starts or till the window closes. He continually gets linked with Tottenham. I just can't see that happening. I cannot see how ASM is the kind of player. Conte would pull his hair. Conte would have a coronary if he had ASM playing for him. You know what I mean?
I think Tuchel would, to be honest.
The whole screen just flashed there, Billy, just as a bit of lightning just hit my window. So there's definitely something going on with the weather tonight. Michael Marston, thank you for your £44.99 super chat, mate. Really kind, buddy. And by the way, Michael, my shirts didn't come either today. I was told they were sent. I got an email saying they were sent yesterday, but they haven't arrived today. So hopefully tomorrow, mate. But if they do come tomorrow, I'll text you and let you know. But I'll also be, I have no doubt, Billy, that I'm going to be doing a rant video tomorrow about the shirts. Judging by the feedback I've seen on social media at the minute regarding the shirts, some like them, some have decent fit, some don't. But we'll wait and see. I'm not really bothered, to be honest, if the sponsorship is on there or not. I just want the black and white shirt with the Newcastle badge on. Quite happy with that. Thank you very much.
Imagine if you've got the sponsorship and no badge. Imagine that.
Well, listen, that'll be next. Or I'll get a black and white shirt with a Rangers badge on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or a Rangers shirt with a Newcastle badge on it. Something like that's about to happen. Something like that. Paqueta does not wear the number 10 for Lille. Great diamond formation. Sorry, Paqueta does wear the number 10 for Lille. Great diamond formation with Bruno, Joe, and maybe one other midfielder in there. Eriksen would be fantastic for the Toon. Paqueta smashing places. Jason. Glenn saying hi to Steph. Steph's back in the house. I hope you're well, Steph. We're United. Evening, Paul and Billy. What's your thoughts on Big Joe interview talking about Neymar and saying the number 10 shirt is available? Do you think this could upset Maxi? Oh, I never thought of that, actually. I mean, would Maxi pay any attention to that? I mean, why is Joe Linton saying the 10 shirt's available in the first place? Does he know something we don't, Billy?
You don't know, do you? Possibly.
Exactly.
It could be. I mean, it's that preposterous, really, that Neymar comes to Newcastle. That maybe it's a bit of a joke. I don't know. Well, we're not paying $500,000 a week. He's past his best as well, you know.
But what about this, Billy? Neymar comes to Newcastle, ASM goes the other way, and there's some sort of money involved in between.
Well, how much will they be giving us?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, at least 30 mil, I think, Billy.
I think ASM wouldn't go unless it was less than that. He'd want more than that. For, you know, he wouldn't be happy. He'd want 50 million plus Neymar fee.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. 100%. Listen, guys, thank you very much for watching tonight. Over 1,000 watching again, which is, you blow my mind. You really do. You're the best viewers. You're the best subscribers on YouTube by none. Listen, I'm proud to say that the Toon Review is the most watched live Newcastle United channel out there, which is a fantastic achievement for the channel. But we just want them subscribers to grow. So if you know anybody who isn't subscribed that likes watching, hit that button, hit the notification bell, and let people know when we upload or we go live. And of course, as I said before, we've got the third kit mugs out now, which are those. So celebrating the launch of the third kit, we now have the green and white Toon Review mugs, and you can get them right here.
So let's get down to business.
I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it now. I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me how you like it.
Let's get down to business.
So there you go, guys. The toonreview.co.uk is where you can go to get your mugs at the minute. We are about to receive samples of hoodies, etc., to make sure that their quality is good. And as soon as we get them and say, yes, the quality is spot on, we will be putting them up on the website as well. So lots more coming up, including, obviously, blogs as well from Alex. And hopefully we're going to get Tom involved as well. So we'll see what happens with that. Some good articles going on the website as well. So not just a shop, which is good stuff. Not being biased, says Michael, but the Northeast is the place to be. We're a different club compared to the beginning of last season. Damn right we are. If Botman doesn't turn anyone's heads, then Paqueta surely will. Love the fish behind. Class. Thank you very much. Eriksen is sheer class, says King Hoddle. Unfortunately, we aren't getting him back. I mean, listen, Billy, Eriksen's going to just bring everything we need. I mean, if we brought in Eriksen now, I would happily say that we're going to finish top 6 next season.
I totally agree. Yeah, another one that creates so much. He's such a clever player. And we saw the improvement in Brentford, who I thought were dead and buried until he came into the side, kind of mid-March time when he came in. And from then to the end of the season, they were superb, and he was integral to everything. He was superb. He hasn't lost anything with that little issue he had in the European Championships. Still a great, fantastic, visionary player, let's say, with a goal in him as well from free kicks. Another free kick specialist. So, yeah, it'd be great for us.
But that's the thing, isn't it, for set pieces, Billy, because nobody knows who's going to hit the ball. I mean, you could imagine we get a free kick, 20 yards out. You've got Trippier, you've got Bruno, you've got possibly Paqueta, you've got Eriksen. All 4 of them stand over the ball, and the goalkeeper's going to be like, what the hell do I do here? Because, it's going to be impossible to say who's going to hit it and where the ball's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, you put those 4 on a set piece, free kick, direct free kick. I can't think of a better 4 that's ever stood over a free kick, free kick wise in Premier League history, actually. And we've had some great free kick takers, but 4 of them in one side. I think we'd be
Never
top
heard of.
league.
Yeah. Mike says Moussa Diaby is my dream transfer for Newcastle. Him and Eriksen would be great, but a striker to at least back up Wilson is needed. Hard when the squad is bloated like a fat middle-aged man in Lycra. It's just, you know what, Billy? It's just getting that deadwood out the door. Once they've gone, and look, people say about Dwight Gale, etc. You don't blame Dwight Gale. Dwight Gale was offered a new contract with extortionate money. What's he going to do? Say, oh no, but but now I think if he's got any aspiration to have a decent finish to his career, he'll want to go and play first team football, surely.
Well, you'd think, but he's got another 2 years to go on his contract at Newcastle. And we know he's quite happy to sit on the bench and pick the money up. So you don't know with Gale. I think we'll go down the route of mutually agreed releases. That's the way to go around it. I think if we can't, because no one's going to buy Gale on his wages. It's not not going to happen. And the same with the other players really that we're trying to get rid of. I mean, Hendricks 2 years into a contract. I guess he's got 2 years to go as well. They're going to be hard to release, and aided by the fact that all of them are absolutely dog shit. It doesn't help. Only Championship clubs will come in for them, and they can't afford those kind of wages. So it's going to be hard. I think releasing them might be the only option in the end.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're right. Mark Swift, thank you for another £5, matey. Very kind. This time he's had a comment. He says, "Hi, Paul and Billy. Forgot the message. Oops. Here is another £5. I think if we have a fit Callum Wilson, he will go to the World Cup and we will hit top 6. Yeah, I've got big aspirations for Callum this season. I think, working under Eddie for pre-season, coming back much stronger than he was last season under the Cabbage Man, who just didn't have it. Nobody was fit last season. Nobody. Now, listen, I am seeing a few of these comments thinking that, the actual announcement of Botman, the proper unveiling of Botman is going to be a double signing tomorrow with a free agent, Billy. And that free agent, the name that's being bounded around is, of course, Christian Eriksen. Do we believe? Can we believe?
We can, but I wouldn't get too far into it as yet. But again, the plane spotters have been out today, and planes have been coming into Newcastle from the area near where he's from. So
Middlefart.
Which
is the most incredible name I've ever heard for a town. It's just
Ruud van Nistelrooy's birthplace was good, wasn't it? He was born in a place called Os.
Os, yes.
Given he looks like one, was fantastic.
Yeah, mind you, there's a little village near Durham called No Place. I mean, can you imagine going into a bank trying to open an account? Say, where do you live? No Place. No, please stop being sarcastic. Where do you live? No place. Kevin says, hi, lads from Belfast. The show is excellent, brilliant, wonderful, fantastic. Keep it up. Most enjoyable. Thanks, lads. You're welcome, Kevin. Thank you very much. Glenn says, apparently signing a few youngsters in the next few days. I think they all played for England at 16 and 18. You've seen one that's coming from Tottenham, I believe, Billy?
Yeah, that called Jordan Hackett. The left back is 18 and has played for the England youth sides all the way up to wherever he is now. So that's another one that's going to go in the academy alongside the lad from Scotland and the other fellow we got. So they're building at both ends, which is good. Good to see.
Yep, absolutely. Mike says, imagine going through contract renewals with Ekateke's agent if he did come. Not worth the hassle. Ian says, Neymar's on 600 grand a week. Could be a bit of a problem. No shit, Sherlock. Davey says, I got my membership tonight. Well done, Davey. Eriksen, good mates with Trippier. Yes, he is. Dybala. Now, he was in contract talks with, I believe, was it AC or Inter? One of the Milans.
Inter.
It fell through, didn't it? So he's now in limbo. But where do you fit Dybala in? I mean, you know, I know he's outrageously good footballer, but this is the problem that Eddie Howe's going to face. Where does he fit all these players in, Billy?
I don't think Dybala's coming. I honestly don't. I don't think he'll come to the Premier League. I think he'll go to somewhere in France or Spain. I think they'll do it to him, or he'll stay in Italy. I can't see him coming to the Premiership. I'll be honest with you. Good player, mind. He's a very good player.
Yeah. I'm not sure the Premiership will suit his game, though, Billy. That's the thing. And you find that with some of them. I don't think Dybala would be able to handle the physicality of the Premier League. War Jackie says, let us know what's in the new packs for the juniors when they arrive, please, Paul. Yes, we'll do. Newcastle need an 80,000-seater stadium in a hurry. Toon Sean says, does Baz not come on your channel anymore? No. Jason says, got membership with War Flags, 12 months donation. Wow. Well done. Coach Austin, thank you for your £1.79. He says, ordered my green Toon review mug. Can't wait. Thanks, buddy. The orders will be going in for them shortly, actually. I mean, Billy, one thing is, are we going to see an influx of signings within the next 4 to 5 days at Newcastle, do you think, with pre-season starting?
Pre-season starts. Are they in tomorrow? Is it first
tomorrow,
day tomorrow?
I believe it's the 1st of July. He's got them in, yeah. So if you think about it, the fixtures that we've got coming up, because obviously we've got those 2 home games. We've got the game against Gateshead behind closed doors at the training ground. We've got the games against Mainz and 1860 Munich. So he's going to want to get them signings in sooner rather than later to put together the team for the start of the season.
Yes, I imagine if he's got plans to make signings that are going to go straight to the first team, we're going to see them in the next week. That's my opinion. Well, if not,
it makes sense, doesn't it? Because
yes, I agree.
He made the comment at the end of last season that he wasn't going to have the players coming in last minute and disrupting plans and next. He says he wanted to get everything straightforward and sorted in pre-season, very early doors. So he knows what he's got available to him for the start of the season. Yes, there'll always be that thing on towards deadline day when there's always one signing crops up, and but he doesn't want to bring an influx of players in at the last minute and then try and gel them a week before the season kicks off. It just wouldn't make sense. No,
absolutely not. That's what. Yeah, I think the quicker we get them in, obviously, the better. We've seen in past summer transfer windows, the one time Mike Ashley did early business. We finished 5th at the end of it, and obviously didn't go down that route ever again. So yeah, it's beneficial to get it all in, get yourself pre-season training, get them all bonded and gel together as a team, and then you do successfully after it. Hopefully, that's the thought anyway. But I think if someone was available that was a really big signing that would clearly benefit,
refuse. Yeah,
they couldn't refuse it. Dead sign.
Yeah. Daniel Brown, thank you for your £20 super chat, my man. Very kind. He says, hey up, Paul and Billy, loving the show again. Love Paqueta in, but I think a right-sided player is a must. So exciting to be a Toon fan right now, how times have changed. Seattle Geordie, thanks for your $10 super chat and your continued support on the channel. Very kind. Would you buy James Ward-Prowse from Southampton for 60 million or for a free transfer, but you have to take their dog mascots? Yeah, I know I'm on the way to take my face for a shite. Love you guys. would I take James Ward-Prowse? No. And I've said this before. I think he's a wonderful set-piece taker. He's a wonderful penalty taker. By all accounts, a very, very good leader in the dressing room and a good captain. But other than that, what does he really do? You know, at Southampton, he probably stands out more because, you know, with no disrespect to Southampton, he's probably one of their better players. So he will stand out better. But I don't think, Billy, like we were saying before, that James Ward-Prowse is a player who's going to come in and be better than what we've got.
No, he's not. He doesn't press, does he? For starters, so he hasn't got the pressing, hasn't got the legs. Let's be honest. He's not the quickest, most mobile of midfielders. Great player though, great pass with the ball. But I think you need more than just that to be in a Newcastle midfield at the minute.
So, is there anything that James Ward-Prowse, do you think, would bring to Newcastle that we don't have?
Well, he's good at free kicks. We've already got people to do that. He's a good pass with the ball. So's Bruno Guimaraes. So's Sven Botman, for that matter. So no, I don't think so. I don't think he brings anything unique. No, and he's 28 years of age as well.
Yeah,
a lot of money for an oldish, not an old man. Obviously, he's not. But in football,
he's in his prime now, isn't he? But I mean,
yeah,
you know, well, certainly how it looks to me is with regards to, you know, the players that we're bringing in. We're looking at the younger side of the board. So we're looking for a squad that's going to be there for many years and gel together for many years. So it's going to be interesting. Now, another thing to talk about tonight, Billy, is people are talking, obviously, with the massive queues for the tickets and memberships, etc., that we've got to do something with St. James's Park. Now, I said the other day that I don't think that's anywhere near the owner's priority at the minute to do anything with the ground. I just can't see anything happening in the next few years, Billy, with the ground. Some people have said, you know, they've looked at turning the pitch 90 degrees and doing it that way. But where would we play? What the seating plan would be? You know, there's a lot to work out before, you know, the ground gets revamped or we do indeed get a new ground. But I mean, I don't know where you stand. I just don't want to get rid of St. James's Park. I just don't think it would be the same. And we've seen a lot of clubs move into new stadiums and really struggle to get the atmosphere back.
Yeah, I mean, these modern day new built stadiums to me aren't football. You want the traditional ones, and ours is probably the best of the traditional ones.
Yeah,
I think, in my opinion, and yeah, to build on it, it's hard. I mean, Mike Ashley screwed us over there, didn't he, by selling the land outside the Gallagate? If he hadn't done that, I think it would have been okay to build back on that a little bit. But yeah, switching the pitch is I saw a 7-stage diagram Neil Mitchell put up from a chap he'd been speaking to.
Yes, yeah, I saw that.
And it can be done, and you can still play it in James while it's being done. Obviously, while you're doing it, you're losing little bits of the crowd while you cut little bits of area off, while you're kind of moving around a little bit. But it can be done, but I don't know how long that process took. I don't think it'd be a quick process by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I mean the problem they've got, Billy, is if the you know, we've mentioned as well building down, sort of, you know, because I know the Stadium of Light is built into the ground, isn't it? You know, their pitch is lower than what it is, you know, when you go into the ground. It's lower down, and I think, you know, looking at it that way, but they've got the metro system and everything there. It's a huge job. Whoever's going to have to, if anybody ends up having to design this, it's a huge job.
Yeah, there's an article from Sir John Hall in the Chronicle, wasn't there, saying it can be done, but it's a bloody expensive do, and it's hard work to do it. But we'll see. I mean, I hope they don't buy a new stadium, but there are options to do that, I guess. And if they can incorporate St. James Park into it, so therefore have a stadium very close to it, i.e. on the park behind it and Leeds Park, perhaps that could be possible, and use St. James's Park as a training academy kind of thing. I don't know. Just surmising.
The problem they've got is, of course, as well, if they try and build onto Leeds Park, or, you know, obviously the town moor has been mentioned, that it's just a huge area of land with a few cows on it. You know, you're going to get the protesters. Whatever you do, you're going to get that protest of environmental people. And it's just such a massive job. Now, would safe standing improve or get the capacity up a little bit?
I think I read somewhere that the
I'm
area.
not sure it would, Billy, because you've still got to have a seat there, haven't you?
Yeah, it's not much, if any, to be honest. But of course, our stadium wasn't deemed high enough grade to have that incorporated into it last year. Hopefully, it would be now. We've tidied it up a bit and modernised it a little bit. But that was the state of the ground that Mike Ashley let it get into. We weren't even deemed feasible to do it. So that's a big indictment on that previous owner, if that's for certain. And hopefully now we would be able to do it. But yeah, I was always a pro stander myself.
Well, I used to love standing in the Gallagher. I remember standing in the Gallagher as a kid. It was just awesome, and it was. You know what? When I first went in there with my dad, it was a very daunting experience because you had all these people around you squashed together that you didn't know. But by God, it was a friendly place, and they didn't have to look after the kids. You know, all the kids ended up at the front. Yeah. And it just incredible. And then all the kids used to just make sure that they stood there at the end of the game and made sure that they stayed where they were. The dads used to come walking down after the game and get them from the front. Alexander, thank you for becoming a new member of the channel. Welcome to the Toon Review, my friend. And Rickard Anderson, thank you for your 50 Swedish krona. He says, if we get Eriksen or Paqueta, who will play as a number 6? Bruno is more an 8, and Big Joe really isn't a 6.
I don't think you can put a label on Bruno because he can do anything he wants to do.
I think though, Billy, Bruno would play as the 6.
I do as well. Yeah.
He is primarily known as a defensive midfielder, so I think he would hold there. Can you imagine that though? Bruno sitting in the 6, and in front of him you've got Joe Linton and Paqueta.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Pretty hot. Or even Joe Linton and Christian Eriksen. I mean, that works for me too.
And Eriksen. I mean, where do you fit them all in? What a squad! What a squad, guys! Jesus, we're getting carried away here. We're away. Kevin says, will we hear Billy's mooing cow today? No, that's tomorrow. On our weekly magazine show now called TTR Friday. Of course, the Toon Review Friday. And that's our magazine show where we will be doing comment of the week. We'll have Billy's beef and, of course, Danielle's 5-minute rant. I have a feeling it may last quite a while tomorrow, the mood she's been in today. But we'll see. Alex will be back from next week. Well, actually, he might make tomorrow night. He doesn't know yet. He's somewhere across Europe right now with in his car, his dog, and literally the kitchen sink. So we wish him well getting back. I'm sure he'll have a nice drive through Europe and come back ready to go because he loves being on and he hates it when he misses shows. He absolutely hates it. Troll says, white smoke from the pipe. Pope is in town. Brown Girl in the Ring by Boney M. Toon. Jesus, Trolls. You had a drink tonight. Cass says, you're right, Paul. Anything could be happening today. I heard Simon Jordan thinks we are great. Who knew? I know, but Simon Jordan, listen, it depends which side of the bed he gets out in as to what he says about Newcastle. You know, 1 minute he'll absolutely cripple us in the press, and next minute he says, we're the best thing since sliced. But you just can't take the man seriously, man.
I'm not sure it's him as much as what he's told to say when he goes on. I mean, that's the nature of the station, isn't it?
Yeah. Listen, Simon Jordan, I'd love to get on this channel. Just, not to have a dig at him, but to have a proper conversation with him and just to get his proper thoughts away from talk sport, just to see if he says anything different. Lee says, have you thought about setting up a Toon Review Discord channel? We have got one, Lee. It's ran by quite a few people. It was set up by, who set it up for me again?
Ryan, was it?
No. I'm crap with names. I am. I can't remember. It began with a T.
Thomas, Trevor, Timothy, Terry.
No, it was kind of a nickname. Hang on. I can't let this go. I need to find him. Tangy. That's him.
Tangy.
Tangy set it up for us. And sorry, Tangy, you know what I'm like with names, buddy. He set it up. Ryan goes on it a lot, and so does Stato, actually. So, yeah, we've got one. I just don't have a clue how Discord works, unfortunately. It is a great setup. And I'm told I can do really good things on there, but I'm absolutely useless with it. And plus, I never have time. When I'm doing thumbnails for the channel, I'm setting up shows and videos and all that. It is very, very busy time trying to do everything.
And sign Scott McTominay for Newcastle United on Football Manager, of course.
Exactly, Billy. And that does take up a lot of time as well. Jordan says, R.I.P. Nicholas. Lovely tribute, Paul, mate. Always a touch of class. Thank you, mate. Thank you. No problem at all with the feed from what I've seen, says Clarkey. George says, R.I.P. Nicholas. Condolences to his family. Billy says, Chipper says, Billy had a thunderstorm the other week in his pants. Indeed, he did. Rachel says, we've thunder in West Yorkshire, so having a few problems with my Wi-Fi. Any pics? Anyone see the pics of Wilson and Fraser training together? No.
I saw one of Callum Wilson, but Ryan Fraser wasn't in the one.
Yeah, Callum Wilson, he looked fit, didn't he, Callum Wilson? But I meant that in the non-sort of sexual sense. I see he looked fit.
Coventry Gene, Paul. Coventry Gene.
I mean, he is a good-looking guy, I've got to admit, but you know what I mean? He looks ready to go already. Danielle says, I'm sure Nicholas will be having a drink and a chat with our Dave up there. R.I.P. Never forgotten Toon Review family. Indeed. Well, lovely thing to say, Danielle. Thank you. Fish are looking bigger, says Geordie Metal. Yep, they have grown. There's some stunning colours in that fish tank, but it's blurred out a little bit. So never mind. Never mind. They are beautiful fish, but the tank needs a clean as well. That's why I've got it blurred. Would you take him, Dennis from Watford? Nah. Look, I think we should be aiming a bit higher. These players, although they're good players, Billy, but they didn't really do it for Watford, did they? So what they're going to do for Newcastle? They're not better than what we've got.
They're more cash the year of signings, if you ask me. They're Daniel Dennis and Sarr, to be honest, where we signed players from relegated sides all the time, and in the end, it caught up with us. You keep signing players from relegated sides, you end up getting relegated.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin says, if Sarr was that good, then why are Watford relegated? I mean, look, you get teams relegated who've got quality players in. That's just the way it is. There's Nicholas's daughter there, Chloe. That would have meant the world to him. Thank you, everyone. You're very welcome, Chloe, and thanks for tuning in. Really glad to have you here. Gary says, I'd be surprised if Howe and Astroworth are in for Sarr. Indeed. I really don't think so. Look, again, if we did go for him, then fine. We'd support him because he pulls a black and white shirt on. But I don't think that Sarr is going to bring anything different to what we've already got to the team. And, like me and Billy have babbled on all night with, he's not better than what we've currently got at Newcastle. Retro Andy says, Castoria Cowboys. Yeah, definitely. Diaby and Paqueta, maybe Ekateke to finish off the summer. I see Big Joe sent a message to Neymar. I know. Yeah, he has. Bless him. It's class. At Cloyd Dean, you're welcome. He had a good sense of humor in the chats. I've lost both my parents too, so I know the pain it causes. Hope you are keeping as well as can be. Indeed. Throw everything we have at Eriksen. I mean, Billy, look, Eriksen, I think if we offered him a decent signing on fee, and not so much. I mean, I've seen quoted today that Eriksen's looking at 200 grand a week. I don't think that's true. I don't think Christian Eriksen himself would think that he can command 200 grand a week. I think that's a false report. What I do think is that Newcastle could maybe give him a decent signing on fee to bring the wages down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free transfer. Let's be honest. I mean, you can plough everything you want into his wages and sign on fee. So, yeah. I mean, £200,000 a week. When you take away the transfer fee, which he would have afforded, that's not that much, really. He's a 25, 30 million pound player. Even in the state he's been in the past 18 months, the age he's at, you're still going to.
Billy, we starting to get a bit carried away here tonight. I mean, I'm starting to get goosebumps the thought of Eriksen signing. I mean, is it a possibility?
Of course it is. Of course it is. We know he's had to talk to the club. We know we're a massive project. We know we were attracting players of that ilk now.
Yeah.
Of course it's a possibility. Of course it is.
Oh. Oh dear. Everyone will be going to bed tonight not sleeping thinking Eriksen. Could we get up tomorrow and suddenly Newcastle make a joint statement saying there's Botman and there's Eriksen holding the shirts.
Well, Manchester United aren't paying that kind of wages. I'm sure Brentford aren't. So
indeed,
surely we're in the box seat. Surely we're in the box seat.
Yeah. Agreed. Mike says Football Manager is class and love hearing you get into it and enjoy it. Thanks, Mike. Foxy says El Nesri from Seville. That's him. That's who I've got up front, except it's not L, it's N. It's E-N, Nesri on Football Manager. I thought it was El Nesri, but it's N Nesri. But never mind. Nesri plays for me, and he's bloody good. Chloe again, just know that we are all grateful for all your comments. You're all now part of the family now, just as Dad wanted it. We appreciate you all. Thanks, Chloe.
Bless you, Chloe.
Glenn says, Paul, the YouTube and FM legend. I certainly wouldn't call myself a Football Manager legend. Absolutely not. Having said that, I am on the up. And I'm now starting to get the gist of it. But I tell you what it is, though, Billy. That game, right? I mean, I can see why adults are hooked on that, because it is literally, you know, it's superb. Whoever, you know, puts that game together, the research they do and everything like that is incredible. Plus all these websites that you can go onto for additional downloads with tactics and player faces and player badges. All the people that put the work into this, for me, it's not a computer game. It is literally a simulation of life. Because you've got everything to deal with. It's great to, you know, for somebody like me, all right, and again, somebody like me who has an illness, who has good and bad days, you know, when I'm, you know, in a bit of pain and I'm having a particularly bad day, I can sit at this comfortable chair on my desk and go on Football Manager and take my mind off it, you know, and that's what it's for. And that's what I use it for. It keeps my mind occupied when I'm not doing work on the channel. Listen, from the minute I get up, I do thumbnails, set up shows, do videos, and then have a bit of Football Manager. But it's ideal for that when you're suffering in pain and you just want something to take your mind off it. And it's worked. And it's amazing to see how many people who watching tonight actually play the game. It's incredible. You need to get. Do you go on it, Billy? I've
not played it for 20 odd years.
Wow, you're talking back to the old. Do you remember the old Championship Manager, Billy, with the cassette? I think there's a guy that looked like Billy Connolly on the front. Do you remember?
I do remember that. Yeah,
and you used to stick it in your. Yeah, and then you used to play it, and then it used to make a little when the goal was scored, and it used to just stack the scoreline. I was addicted. But I'm back into it now. I haven't played it for a while, but God. I'm certainly back onto it now, and it's incredible how many comments are coming in from people that are actually on it. Chesria says ATM is at the moment an attacking ATM is a cash machine with no money, Paul. Good point. Just read that Joe Linton has begged NUFC to buy Neymar from PSG, and he would get Bruno to contact him. That's a story and a half, unless it's true. Who knows on the Toon roller coaster? That's exactly the point. You never, ever know what is sitting on that roller coaster from day to day. It is mental. Mark says, I'm no in the know, but Paqueta and Diaby are in King Street Club playing darts. Mark, that would be incredible. Definitely top 6 this year and above Manchester United, who still, by the way, are yet to make a signing, Billy, no matter who they're getting linked with. And they have started pre-season now, the 4 days into their pre-season.
They're a club in decline. They're going to go through a massive decline, I think. And although they won't be relegated, I wouldn't have thought. But you look at it, I think I'll finish 10th, 11th, that kind of position this year.
Do you think Ronaldo's going to be there for when they kick off?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
They were debating it on the radio yesterday whether he was going to be there or not.
Therein lies the problem. You're relying on a 37, 38-year-old to get you the goals, and you're supposed to be one of the best clubs in the world.
Well, yeah, but, you know, this isn't any ordinary 38-year-old. I mean, he's like 26, isn't he? I mean, the guy is unbelievable. And that's why I think he's the best footballer in the world, because the way he has stayed fit, his nutritional experience, etc., you know, is second to none. He's just an absolutely wonderful, wonderful footballer. And, you know, Messi's great as well, but I keep saying Ronaldo because he's done it in different divisions. And Messi didn't have a great year in Liga 1 last season, let's not forget, Billy.
No, he didn't. With the Ronaldo thing, I mean, never in a million years did I anticipate back in 2004, 5 and 6 when he was getting Wayne Rooney sent off at the World Cup. I was going to say how much of a fantastic player Cristiano Ronaldo is. I couldn't stand the bloke. But he is a fantastic player and has been a fantastic player. One of the greatest of all time, no doubt about it.
I mean, look, he's got a dodgy attitude sometimes. You know, Everton away last season, although if an Everton fan stuck the phone in my face like that, I'd smash it off, smash it anyway. It's probably stolen anyway, to be fair. But never mind. War Jackie says another note on the 5-man sub rule is you can still only sub 3 times, so you have to do 2-2-1 or similar to use 5. Yeah, because you can't keep stopping the play. Listen, that's a good idea because you know that a lot of teams would try and use that in order to, you know, bend the rules a little bit, wouldn't they? So
waste time at the end of the game. Yeah,
yeah.
Because that's what they've been doing for the past 10 years. Is when you're 1-0 up with 5 minutes to go, bring on a sub, stop play.
Yeah.
Next time the ball goes out of play, bring on another sub.
It's exactly what I do on Football Manager, Billy. If I'm a goal up,
I don't blame you.
I go into the instructions, full on time wasting, everything. Retro Andy says thoughts on Amazon about to get the TV rights to all Champions League games. Good. Listen, I've got Amazon Prime, right? I pay $7.99 a month for Amazon Prime. Okay, so I get Amazon Music with that. I get all Prime postage. I get the Amazon Prime TV,
which is excellent.
Yeah, for $7.99 a month. Yeah, there's some films on there that you have to buy or rent. But the James Bond one went straight onto Freeview. You know, you could watch that straight away on Amazon Prime. So, you know, there's some good stuff on there as well. So, listen, for what Sky charge for their sports and BT as well, Amazon Prime for $7.99 a month. You know, even if that went up to $10.99 a month, that is by far better value for money than what BT and Sky are. But this is going to start happening, guys. You will see other TV companies, you know, starting to get more and more of the football. You know, Channel 4 get the England games. Unfortunately, they made a massive balls up by getting Michael Owen on. But hopefully they've learned the lesson with that. Kenneth says a 25-man squad is big enough, Billy. Mike says squad are limited, but under 23s don't count in the squad numbers, meaning the 25 squad players and over 23s and the remaining can be youth. Yeah, so I mean, anybody that's in the under 23 squad doesn't have to be in the initial 25-man squad either, because of the way the rules work. Dan Duma looks Liverpool bound, I'm hearing, tonight. Look, I think we can compete with Liverpool, quite honestly, for the signing. Look, we've gone against some real big cheeses in the football world this transfer window, and we're doing a damn good job at it. So let's just hope that, you know, we can persuade. Again, it's, you know, is Dan Duma really going to get a lot of first-team football at Liverpool? He'd be rotated.
He will be, but Mane's gone now, so there is a space there for him.
Yeah, but Mane was on the right-hand side, wasn't he?
Mainly left. Salah's right, isn't he?
No.
Yeah. Trent and Salah down.
Oh, no, Salah was right. Yes, you're right. Yeah. I do apologise. You are right. It's Liverpool. I don't care. Quite honestly. I just
through the middle.
Yeah. Good point. Jeff says, just seen on Twitter that twat who locked himself to the post at Everton has glued himself to a Vincent van Gogh painting. I haven't
strange
seen
enough,
that.
When I saw the bloke tied to the post, I actually did say to myself, we've got one here. And now he's with Vincent van Gogh. He's got one here as well, hasn't he?
Oh.
I'll get my coach, shall I?
Billy's just shooting them out the sky tonight, guys, isn't he? He's on fire again. Sion still wants Diaby. We need to add goals and assists. Can you see Newcastle winning the League Cup? Yes. I think it's about time that we gave one of the cups a good go, Billy, and we're certainly going to have a squad to do so this year.
Were you one of the ones like I was in the 90s that turn your nose up at the League Cup? It was a Mickey Mouse Cup. I used to turn my nose up at it. God, I'll take it all day now.
Exactly. Epic NUFC says, thank you for your £4.49 super chat, buddy. Hope we get 2 more in striker and right winger. All the best for your channel and life in general. Thanks very much, buddy. Those will be, I think, most fans' priority positions, Billy, is certainly the right wing as well. Because I don't think, you know, Fraser, yes, he did have a decent season last year. Miggy's just all over the place sometimes. We just need that real powerhouse on the right.
Yeah, creativity from the right-hand side to go with hopefully what ASM can put on the left, and Callum Wilson will be a happy bunny. I think even Chris Wood would score goals, getting service on both sides.
Whoa, steady on, Billy. Steady on.
Well,
I'm
guessing
your drink.
Yeah, I don't know what I said there.
Wow.
At least one of the, he's that slow. He'd be running to the far post, and it'd be a near post cross from the other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think Callum Wilson would be licking his lips to getting service from both sides, plus through the middle as well. The options are massive for him now. It increases goal chances 3 or 4 times, I guess, and he's scoring 10 goals a season now. So
definitely
wouldn't be feasible to say 20 goals a season for him if he stays fit.
Yeah. Chloe says, my other siblings and my mum didn't know my sister had reached out. So when they saw you mention him, you have a house full of happy tears. Thank you again. Chloe, whoever it was that sent me the message on, I think it was your dad's actual Instagram account. I did send a message back last night on the Instagram account. So whoever's, I can't remember the name on that one. I think it was one of your sisters who sent the message, but just if you can reply back to me, Chloe, that would be great. I sent the message back last night. Don't think ASM will be going anywhere, says Dark Elf. I don't either. Foxy says, if you have Paqueta, Joelinton and Bruno in the midfield, who do you have as the holding player? Takes a lot away from Bruno's game if he's stuck in that role. I don't think he'd have to be stuck in that role, though, Foxy. I think what he could do is, the three of them could easily just use a triangular formation and just one of them, whoever's there, if Bruno goes forward, then one of them just dips back into that sort of holding role, because Joelinton can do that quite easily, and so can Paqueta. So, because they've got the talent to do so. But also, if we bring in Christian Eriksen, then he's another one that can just sit there, quite honestly, and then just ping 40, 50-yard passes. Sort of an upgrade from Shelvey. We are united with Chris, says, Paul, can you tell my Mrs. Victoria we are going to Newcastle versus Atlanta regardless of what she said? Billy, Billy, do you want to have a tell her?
Absolutely not. You never tell a woman what she's going to do, because that's red flag.
Yeah. Listen, if I tell your missus what to do now, I will come off this show and go back to Susan's and get slapped. So you just don't. And I'm sorry. I am sorry, Chris. But listen, all I can say is, Victoria, you're missing out on a fantastic experience if you don't come to the game. Even though it's a friendly, you are missing out on something fantastic. Meeting all the Newcastle fans, etc., is a wonderful experience. Being in the city, so get yourself over, or get yourself to the game wherever you are. PSG will be giving us a packet of Monster Munch and 50 pence for a swap deal for ASM. Ooh. Oh, I don't think Jordy's not a fan of ASM, really, is he? We know he's not. Did you see they're going to change the FFP? Youth teams and ladies and ground improvements or training grounds improvements will no longer be allowed to up your FFP worth. Strange, isn't it? Well, just as we're doing it. Just as we're doing it, yeah. I mean, listen, any rule change that they put in now is down to Newcastle United. You just know it is. It happens just to have that little dig at us. And it's a pain in the fecking arse, but it's something that we've just got to put up with now, because it's going to happen year on year where some kind of rule changes comes in and we're left in the lurch. And that's just how it is, unfortunately, because it's Newcastle and we're hated by everybody. Chris says the Toon review is the dog's bollocks. Well, thank you very much. Jim says, and you're the best Toon channel, Paul. Thank you very much. It's jumped again, for God's sake. Where are we at here? Just bear with me 1 second. I don't want to miss too many out. I can't help it. I just don't know where we were there. We're coming to the end of the show anyway, to be honest. So, imagine trying to open an account. Where do you live? Blunderland. Oh, dear. Oh. Anyone TV are in the house. Good evening. I hope you're well, bud. Don't forget Anyone TV, boxing shows, and of course Jade's football show. So get across and subscribe to Anyone TV, guys, and also the Toon Trader the charity. So we've just got to keep banging at that and keep raising money for those guys because they've done a hell of a job. Sonia says, hi, Paul. Probably sound a bit thick here, but have we signed Botman? Just haven't been on for a while. Could have Googled. Yes, we have, Sonia. The picture was there in his strip, and I believe I have it right there. There you go. So he has signed. It's just a deal in principle, probably till tomorrow, till the financial year start again for the clubs, because Lille probably certainly didn't want that on last year's figures. So it does help them as a lot. So there you go. But that is the end of the show, guys. Oh, hang on. Stato. Evening all, just finished pack. Oh, so he's not on the road yet. 6 a.m. start all the way to Dortmund tomorrow. So he probably won't make the magazine show. Well, listen, stay safe, matey, and have a good journey. Ian wants him to bring Lewandowski back. I don't think that's going to happen. Never mind. Foxy says, are you going to visit Dortmund's Signal Iduna Park, Alex? Get some photos of it. Massive stadium, that is. Absolutely massive. Mrs. Toon Review says Stato's traveling Europe and bringing some players back. Alex says, thanks all. I'll see if I can steal some talent from Leipzig, the Berlin clubs, Dortmund, and the Belgian clubs on the way through. Do we want any from northeastern France too? Well, whoever you can pick up, Alex. I mean, you know what I think we need? I think we need, Danielle to get in touch with Amanda. Well, maybe he's not. I don't
not
think
the crop
Danielle's
size
too happy with her. Wait till she's calmed down a little bit. Darren says the wife is the boss. Yeah, there you go. Jules says, show the mods some love. Indeed, as usual, working very hard behind the scenes of the mods. Alex says he's staying about 30 kilometers south of Dortmund tomorrow night. We'll be too knackered to visit the ground. That's not good enough. That's absolutely not good enough, Alex. Just sort yourself out, man. Right, that is the end of the show, guys. Thank you very much for watching again. We will do some more transfer shows, of course, next week because I think it's going to pick up. If there is anything happens tomorrow, I'll go live. If there's any real big news, because obviously free transfer days and things like that, it starts tomorrow, and you just never know with Newcastle. So if there is anything big happens, I'll go live. If it's a story, then I'll probably just do a video. But if it's a big one, we may as well go live and have a chat about it. And don't forget, tomorrow night, guys, 8 p.m, TTR Friday. Gone is the NUFC Coffee and Chat. That was shit. It was a terrible title. TTR Friday, it's like the old shows on Channel 4 and things like that. That's how we want it to be. Have a really, really good laugh with it. Billy's Beef, Danielle's 5-minute rant. We've got lots of stuff on there. And, of course, we'll just be talking about the previous week at Newcastle United and getting you guys involved. If you've got anything to get off your chest, bang it in the chat, guys, because that's what it's all about tomorrow night. It's about just letting steam off, away from all the transfers and stuff like that, and having a really good laugh with you guys to start the weekend. So 8 p.m. tomorrow night, TTR Friday. If you have enjoyed the show tonight, guys, as usual, please hit that like button for us. It does put us up the search results and let YouTube know that something brilliant is happening on this channel. And it's for you guys. You guys deserve that, so for everybody watching, and the support we get is phenomenal. So thank you so much again. Hit the notification bell if you're new, as well as the subscribe button. That would help as well. We're well on the way to 12K, very, very close to it, actually. And we'd love to hit that very, very soon and then keep on going. And with your help, share it with your families, share it with all your friends, and let's bring a big, big family together and keep it going. Emmett Killeen, thank you for your $5 super chat. There's no comment there, but thank you very much for your generosity. That means the world. Thank you so much. And thank you, Billy, for joining me tonight. Thank you to the mods. As usual, tremendous work, guys. Keeping the chat nice and free-flowing. We love you all. And thank you to you guys for watching. You've been absolutely brilliant, as usual. And we will see you for TTR Friday, 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Take care, guys.
Away the lads.